Hey guys, I'm Nick. So yeah. So sorry about keeping this Mr. Rogers recap on hold. I've just been busy with personal life. I've just not been feeling very good, especially with low self-esteem and the whole anti-Nick thing. But I'm feeling better now, but I really want to get back to the Mr. Rogers recap. So the next week is the Art Week, episodes 1641 to 1650 or 45. King Friday sets up a contest to make a portrait of himself. I think I remember day one, which had a skyrider, kind of like someone flying in an airplane, writing words and stuff in the sky. I think I saw the same day as the Barney episode, A Package of Friendship, which has scene where they sang the airplane song. So yeah, and I think I definitely saw day five on a Sunday that had Eric Hill illustrating a Spot book, which I don't think I ever read the Spot books or watched any of the Spot videos. Imaginary Friends, episodes 1646 to 1650. X gets an imaginary camera, and Daniel's imaginary friend, Malcolm Apricot Dinko, I think that's what his name is, visits. I remember day two where one of Corny's rocking chairs, or rockets as he calls it, breaks, and Mr. Rogers also looks through a telescope. I also thought the sand animation was from Sesame Street in one of these days, but yeah. Next up is the Learning Week, episodes 1651 to 1655. I think I saw this entire week, mostly on Sundays. Similar to the Conflict Week, it really does kind of echo modern day life, but you'll see in a second. Day one has whistles and wind, plus the neighborhood make believe census. Census time. That's why I wrote on here. When everyone in the country tells about themselves. Yeah, I miss those days. I wonder when the next one is. Yeah, this is one of my favorite themes. Also, really gets me into the warm weather mood right now. Especially when it's much warmer now. As I was typing this, it was very windy, and yeah, and it was a very strong wind that it shook the house, almost like the earthquake some of you had a while ago, a few weeks ago. So yeah, day two, HJ Elephant tries to use a magic boomerang similar to Lady Elaine's. Yeah, that cannot end well. Day three has a construction paper factory, which I do remember on a DVD bonus feature that we'll talk about later. I'm not sure if I remember seeing it. Days four and five is where things get interesting. The television house has some decorations. I don't know what they're celebrating. I don't know if it's someone's birthday. But then Mr. Jones from Southwood creates a machine that helps you learn without school. It is very reminiscent of how AI has been taking over jobs and possibly even the world soon. Uh, like, yeah, and this episode proves you don't need AI for everything, and yet no one believes it. Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't want AI taking over. So yeah, Up and Down, episodes 1656 to 1660. Yeah, this is the theme of Up and Down. I always love that theme. So yeah, I remember day one where we see a toy parking garage, and we also visit a mall with an elevator and escalator. I think I saw it the same day as the Teletubbies episode Ballet, which has some up and down going on there. I think I saw it day five with a hot air balloon ride. In the neighborhood make believe, Lady Elaine gets a lift to help people get up to something, but it makes her museum go up and down. Day two also has a domino builder. I didn't even think knocking down dominoes was a trend back then. But yeah, I used to love doing that. And I remember those old videos. I don't know if people still do them. Those domino builder videos. They like build this like incredible like thing. Like yeah. The next one is Love, days 1661 to 1665. This is a week I'm sure I remember. I don't remember what days. Probably one of them was on Sunday or maybe on like a DVD. So I don't think I saw this really because like it has like one of the later. I think it has the last appearance of Officer Clemens, who looks much older in this episode. It's the scene where he soaks his feet in water during his break, which is a reference to an older episode. I don't know. I might. And then Lady Aberlin is dressing up like a bear, and the king and queen are arguing, but then they make up. And then we have a remake of the "What Is Love" storyline, where uh, Lady Aberlin wonders what love is. So yeah. When I watched this, like both episodes on VHS, I saw like the "What Is Love" video where it kind of like recapped the original "What Is Love" week, while one episode just had this specific episode from this week, and I thought I was watching like the same episode, and I like kind of skipped it. So yeah, obviously, like since the classic episodes stopped airing at this point, it does seem fair to reuse storylines rather than using clips from older episodes. Day 4 has Mr. Rogers pretending to shave with a wooden block. I don't know why. Yeah, I need a shave. Then and Now, episodes 1666 to 1670. I think I remember days 1 and 2. Day 2, where we see how light bulbs are made. I'm pretty sure I saw day 5 Sunday, probably. So the neighborhood make believe sees that the trolley can do magical things. Oh, wow. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Including showing pictures of everyone uh, when they were young. So the trolley is kind of like a cooler version of like the Nunu from Teletubbies. So yeah. Next up is Things to Wear, episodes 1671 to 1675. Everyone has to wear a three-cornered hat, like the song "My Hat Has Three Corners," which I think they sing in this episode. They sing it in an episode. Yeah, yeah, they do sing in this. Lady Elaine wants to wear a different hat. I think I remember day 1, but that is the episode with "My Hat Has Three Corners." I don't think I remember an episode of a show other than Barney where they sing that song. And day 4, where Mr. Rogers demonstrates crutches, possibly on Sunday. I don't know how like people like use crutches. Honestly, that looks hard to use. I just rather use a wheelchair when I have a broken leg. Going away and coming back. This one's just kind of a reskin of the day night care episode. I think, or is it? No, I think that was a different episode. So a mime visits make believe, and X waits for his cousin, while cousin Steven, yes, is looking for a secret tunnel. I'm pretty sure I saw this week. I might have seen day 2, where we see some people playing wheelchair basketball. I remember that one like Zach and Cody episode where they talked about that. They had like Freddie from iCarly like playing that. That looked easy, but like for Zach and Cody, it was really hard. Yeah, I I honestly want to play that. And day 5, I remember when we see the secret tunnel, probably on the same day as the Teletubbies episode Marble Track, which the Marble Track is kind of similar to a tunnel. Fast and Slow. It's about fast and slow when it comes to tempo. That is a Blues Clues reference, by the way. This is episodes 1681 to 1685. I think I remember day 1 we see how the trolley works, though I might be thinking of a different episode, and day 5 where we see a trolley quilt. Probably in the same week, I'm not sure. So Mary Maggie sings "Peace and Quiet" fast and slow, while Corny makes strollers for Westwood, and the trolley seemingly going a little too fast. Yeah, I don't usually like going too fast. Next up is the episode Everybody's Special, episodes 1686 to 1690. Corny's birthday is coming up, and Prince Tuesday doesn't want to wear the royal robe. I think I remember day two where we see how wooden shoes are made, which that has got to be like all kinds of uncomfortable. I definitely saw day four where we see the puppets, and we also have the actor playing Prince Tuesday, visiting and demonstrating how he does the voice, which I just absolutely love that scene. Uh, Next up is What Do You Do with the Mad That You Feel? Uh, Episodes 1691 to 1695. At this point, they made like full sentences and paragraphs as the title, though some listings still give them the generic topic titles. For this one, it's Mad Feelings. So Lady Elaine is upset that she can't draw the tower that Grand Père lives in, so she turns it upside down. But things get serious when she thinks she turns Mr. McFeely into a doll, and that freaked me out. And then she makes a tower out of clay, and then it was actually just a doll that Mr. McFeely was like dropping off. So like, yeah, that's very good. Yeah, this gave me like chills when I watched this episode a while ago. So yeah, I have the Anchor Bay DVD pre Weinstein Company era, which I got from the Children's Museum of Pittsburgh's gift shop. They had a lot of Mister Rogers stuff there, and the DVD copy I had came with a trolley. Maybe I should show it. Maybe I'll do a separate video on that. Yeah, this was I think in 2009. I think I had stopped watching the show regularly at the time, a while before, so seeing it was something interesting because I didn't really remember much of the show. And of course, the DVD only had days 2 and 5, which was very out of context. But like, it didn't have as many bonus features as like most of the other Anchor Bay DVDs it had. All it had was the video about how construction paper was made and the song of the same name from a completely different episode, which ironically I think is from day one. And watching it really made me feel like all fine. Really, I just absolutely loved watching it. I wanted to watch more of the show, especially when I noticed like the music after "It's Such a Good Feeling" before the end credits showed up. It almost reminded me of like the Teletubbies Everywhere ending music. I remember like day five when Mr. Rogers says, "I'll be back when the week is new" instead of "when the day is new," which I never noticed that at all. I mean, obviously, like Fridays, like they're obviously not there on Saturdays. I don't know though. Like sometimes, like some PBS stations aired PBS Kids on Saturdays. I don't know if Mr. Rogers was one of those shows. Yeah, I know the show aired on Sundays, like I've mentioned. I remember like the Betty Okanak puppet looked a lot like the Ragdoll from the Ragdoll logo, like the older one, not the. Yeah, and I don't even remember like the Grand Père character, and that was also interesting to see. I also love it in day two we see a painting from Red Grooms of Mr. Rogers and all the neighborhood make believe characters, and Mr. McFeely on the trolley. I absolutely love that. And then like Maggie Stewart sings "Once Upon Each Lovely Day," and like day five, Mr. Rogers visits the group Stomp, which I remember one of the members was Tony from Out of the Box. I could do a separate video on Out of the Box, but I don't really remember much from that show. Transformations, aka transformations. No matter how we change on the outside, we're still ourselves on the inside. Yes, trans fans, if I have any, unite. Episode 1696 and through 1700. So a ball appears in Make Believe that kind of acts like a boomerang almost and changes color. So yeah, day one originally had a segment where they show a laser pointer, but it was refilmed because like laser pointers were like dangerous for like the eyes, I guess. But yeah, I think I vaguely remember seeing the original version of this episode. I don't think it's like available anywhere. I've seen on the neighborhood archive. There's like pictures from it, but like, sorry, I just like, yeah, but I've never seen it anywhere. So yeah, uh, I remember seeing day three multiple times, mostly on Sundays, where Mister Rogers puts on a wig and sunglasses, and Lady Aberlin wears a different outfit than usual, which scares Daniel. And we also see how the set is made. I think I also remember uh, Mr. Rogers repairing his surprisingly clean toilet on day four. Next up is helping days 1701 to 1705. We're almost done with this show, but there is one more part I want to do after this. I remember the theme of vacuuming on day one. I think I might remember day three, where we see another flashback, where we see B. Smith as one of the models for Queen Sarah's wedding dress. And then we actually see how she runs her restaurant, which I think I might went to that restaurant. I'm not sure. I think I saw it on the same day as the Teletubbies and Barney episodes Let's Eat and Bagels. So yeah. Yeah. And I think I might also remember day four with the theme of chalk. Yeah, so especially when this week aired, all of the classic episodes stopped airing regularly. So like that flashback was just so out of place. It was from like a 1969 episode, I think. I think I got blow my nose. I'll be back. Okay, hopefully this is could be good. So yeah. So in this week, Lady Elaine has trouble dealing with a vacuum cleaner. I'm not kidding. Whatever, Lulu. I'm not gonna pause this anymore for you. So yeah, I was looking at like pictures of. I was looking at pictures of day four, and I saw like Mr. Rogers drawing what I think looks like a mix between like a snow tubby and Shrek. Yeah, I've been getting really into a dream. I've been really getting into a dream. I've really been getting into a DreamWorks mood lately. I'm so tired of Lulu doing that. Brave and Strong, episodes 1706 to 1710. Daniel is scared of cereal rain. First of all, how? Second of all, how? How? I'm getting those like freaking like. Okay, enough. I'm getting like those like songs from like the Hoobs stuck in my head, where like when they say like when. So yeah, I think I remember day one where we see a snow globe. Mr. Rogers shows a snow globe, which I think it was the first and last episode I watched regularly. And when there was tons of cereal on uh, Daniel's clock, cereal raining on Daniel's clock. Also, again, when I was looking for pictures, I saw a bear that almost looked like a bear puppet that almost looked like Bear in the Big Blue House. It looked like this one like puppet I've seen in a I think it was Mr. Cool something. Mr. Cool 210 or something. His review of Barney Live in New York City, when a character named the Brit was pretending to be a casting director for The Bears and Me and My Teddy, and there was a puppet named Snuffles, like who's auditioning. So yeah, sharing episodes 1711 to 1715. The King's Crown goes missing again. I think I might remember seeing the full week. I'm not sure. I remember Mr. Rogers going swimming on day one and the toy horse on day two, and how apple juice is made on day 3, and I also remember day 4 was the first time I saw Betty Okonak Templeton Jones. I think that's what her full name is. And I vaguely remember seeing Bill Nye's random guest appearance on day 5. I'm honestly surprised Disney allowed that. No, they allowed that, but Bill Nye won't allow Disney to put the show on Disney Plus. Honestly, yeah, that is a really good show. Yeah, I could do like a whole separate video on that. Be yourself. That's the best. So yeah, episodes 1716 to 1720. X is offering free flying lessons. Hashtag red flag. So yeah, I don't want this to happen again. I think I remember seeing how mac and cheese, or no, not mac and cheese, just macaroni practically is made on day 1. Yeah, I remember those old macaroni memories. And maybe David Copperfield's appearance on day 2. And when Prince Tuesday, maybe, of course, tries to fly and hurts himself on day 3. And Mr. Rogers hula hooping on day 5. Probably some of these were in the same week. I'm not sure. Giving and receiving. Episodes 1721 to 1725. A man comes out of a fortune cookie and grants fortunes. Yeah, I think I remember the fortune cookie factory on day 1, as well as Eric Carl's studio on that day as well. Probably on Sunday. I used to read some of his books. Did he do the Brown Bear book? My grandparents used to have that. And we also learned about toilets, of all things, on day 3, I think I remember. And I might remember LeVar Burton's guest appearance on day 5. That's a classic. You and I Together. That literally sounds like it would be like the last episode, but we're not there yet. I don't know what I'm saying. Episode 1726 to 1730. Lulu got me all wonky. Everyone in Make Believe is learning about health, and a gorilla appears. I'm not kidding. A gorilla. It also reminds me of that one SpongeBob episode when the gorilla appeared. Maybe it's the same one. I'm not sure. I think I remember day 1 where we see a van for people in wheelchairs. I remember seeing a lot of those in school. I always thought that must be like a pain to get people on there. And I also remember Coco the gorilla on day 2. I honestly thought it was a different gorilla. But yeah, I have to like watch the show again. I don't think it's on streaming at all. I watched like a few episodes on Prime Video, but like only like a few episodes are available for free unless I have like a free trial or pay. But yeah, and those were the classic episodes, the pre-1979 episodes. So I really want to see like the later episodes. Honestly, yeah. Little and Big. Wouldn't it be like Big and Little? Episodes 1731 to 1735. King Friday can't yo-yo and bans them. Of course. I think I might remember days 1 and 4. Day 4, we see one of those sphere toys that I used to have. It like expands. Those were dangerous. Yeah, it's spherical. I think I also saw day 5 on a Sunday. Yeah, starting with this week, they would advertise the PBS website right before the end credits show up, but I don't think I remember that. The people who gave the money to make Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I think also by this point, like, the Sears Roebuck Foundation stopped funding the show. They changed it to "and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting." I remember, like, being shocked by that. Noisy and Quiet, episodes 1736 to 1740. Henrietta thinks aliens are coming, and makes loud noises because of that, which annoys her neighbors. I think I remember day 1 with the bell players, and maybe day 4 with the underwater microphone. I think I saw it the same day as the Teletubbies episode of Rolling Wheels, which had a video about a sea tractor. Go Stop Go. This is the episode that I'm pretty sure a lot of you wanted me to talk about. Uh, so Lady Elaine has trouble controlling herself with her new hose, especially when the platypus mound is on fire. And I think I remember the random Arthur episode, the Arthur crossover on day 3 on Sunday. I'm pretty sure I also saw on the website as well. No, I did not see the Arthur episode where Mr. Rogers appeared. So yeah, that was very random. We see a fire station on day 4. I think I saw it the same day as the Barney episode. Here Comes the Fire Truck, and the Teletubbies episode numbers 2, which the latter has a small portion with 2 fire trucks. I remember the fire drill on day 5. I definitely saw days 3 and 4 on the PBS Kids website, though. This was when I started to understand the concept of crossovers, as most other ones I saw before I thought I had daydreamed or something. Yeah, I love fire safety episodes also. I wish we got more about that fire safety theme with the Arthur episode. But yeah. Yeah, I have watched the Arthur episode where Mr. Rogers appears. I could do a separate video on that. I'm not sure. Looking back, it reminds me of like those YouTube poop jokes like Zach Wolf used to do, where like he would have like fire drill scenes in his videos. Wow, it's a fire drill. Yeah. When Things Get Broken, episodes 1746 to 1750. The king is mad that the royal mouse has been hiding from him as he breaks Tuesday and Lady Aberlin's toy, but it was a surprise from Lady Elaine. I think I remember day 1 where Mr. Rogers visits the PBS Kids website in a new room that I don't think we see in any other episode. Yeah, I used to go to that website a lot and go to the Mr. Rogers section. But yeah, day 2, I also remember where we visit a library, and day 5, where we visit a dance practice, probably on a Sunday. I remember like when I watched like one of these episodes on YouTube a long while ago, and I remember like hearing like the rendition of "It's Such Good Feeling" by I think his name is Michael Moritz or something. It was much slower, more like calmer. It was really nice. As this one of the later episodes, like yeah, it made me feel better about saying goodbye. Curiosity, episode 1751 to 1755. Purple Panda and Little Panda, yes, get too curious when that the king bans curiosity, which I don't think is physically possible. I think I saw like the King Friday and Daniel masks on day 4. Ready to read? Episodes 1756 to 1760. Yeah. The king wants a machine that can look into things. The title of the week is somewhat similar to the Ready to Learn campaign from PBS, and also kind of a precursor to the Share a Story campaign that came later on. If on day 4 we have a book called I Read Signs. It reminds me of that one bumper that had that monkey that said, "I can't stop reading." Yeah. I think I remember day 1 where we see Mr. Rogers washing some elephants. But yeah. And now finally we have the very last episode. This took quicker than I thought. Mr. Rogers Celebrates the Arts, episodes 1761 to 1765. I may have seen the full week, probably in the same week. I most definitely saw day 5 a lot. I remember it aired with the final episode, Teletubbies, called Hand-Shaped Fish. And I think I remember seeing it on Labor Day in 2009, just before the Barney movie, Barney's Jungle Friends, which that was one of the last Barney productions, major Barney productions. An art festival is being held So each episode really shows that this is the final week, as a few references and callbacks here and there, like when various characters in make believe talk to the viewers. Day 5 really is where it sinks all in, like, sort of. We basically see like fan art, like from fans of the show, and we see like montages from past episodes. But then at the very end, Mr. Rogers says he'll be back next week, and that's where the reruns start, forever and ever. So yeah, really a great week, honestly. Oh, sorry about that. It is really like great, and I really want to watch the show again. But yeah, I'm so glad you enjoyed this, and I still have one more part uh, to do, involving like some miscellaneous stuff, including albums and soundtracks. But until then, it's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that we're friends. Okay, see you later.